Everyone, it's Melanie O'Kane with the Yarn Mosaics workshop, and today we are going to be building off of what we did in workshop 1, which was learn how to make our slip knot, our initial chain, and then a row of single crochets. Instead of working now into the back bump of the stitch like we did with our initial chain, we're going to be working into the stitch itself. And if you flip it over and kind of look at it from the top, you can see that the V's, the upside down V's, represent each stitch. Okay? And so we're going to be working into the stitch now. And specifically, we're going to be working under both loops of the stitch. You see that? Each stitch has 2 loops there at the top, and we want to get our crochet hook under both of those in every stitch there. Okay, so you might need to kind of just stop for a minute and get a feel for the orientation of your row, where your slip knot is. You don't want to accidentally start from the bottom of your project. See that? And oops, it's upside down. So always put your hook back into the slip knot there and pull it tight, not too tight. And now we want to turn our work and make some half double crochets. But in order to do that, we need to bring our stitch up to the level of the stitch there. So usually a chain 1 will suffice unless you're working with bigger stitches. Okay, so then we turned our work, and now we're looking at the wrong side, and now we're looking at the right side. And how can I tell that? I can tell by where the initial tail is. This is where we started from. And you can see that when the tail is on the left, you're working on the right side. But if the tail is on the right side, you're working on the wrong side. So I remember it by saying left is right and right is wrong. Okay, so when it's left, it's the right side, and when it's on the right, it's the wrong side. Okay, but we're working now on the wrong side, so the tail is on the right. Get our crochet hook in there. Remember, we chained 1. And now we want to work into that first stitch and make our first half double crochet. So we need to yarn over first. This is different than the single crochets. And we want to find that first stitch, and it can be difficult to see it. You might need to turn your work, tilt your work, and don't get confused with that chain 1 that we made before we turned our work. Don't confuse that. That's not it, but it's right there. Okay, so don't work into that chain 1, work into the stitch itself. And we want to, yarn over under both loops and pull through 1. And I caught my yarn a little, so I'll have to undo it. But you can see I have 3 loops on the hook. Okay, let me fix this here. Yarn over. Go into that first stitch under both loops. Pull up a loop, pull through 1. You have 3 loops now on your hook. See that? Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And now you have 1 loop on your hook, and you have made your first half double crochet. Let's go into the next stitch under both loops, pull up a loop, pull through 1. 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 3. And there's your second half double crochet. Continuing on, yarn over under both loops of the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, and now it's important to remember that you want to try to keep your tension so that your work doesn't look sloppy, but you don't want to make it so tight that you can't work with it. And I do tend to crochet tightly, so what I do is I flip that hook when I'm ready to pull through all 3, and I kind of flip it upside down. See that? And it helps. Otherwise your hook sometimes can get stuck on the loops when you're pulling through, you know, so many loops at a time. Okay, so we're going to keep working these half double crochets all across here. Yarn over, into the stitch, pull up a loop, and pull through all 3. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull up through all 3. And when I say pull up a loop, that includes grabbing the yarn and pulling it through the one stitch. Okay, so I'm going to say pull up a loop from now on, and that's what I mean. So we're going to yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through all 3. And now we're at the last stitch. See that? So we're going to yarn over, go into that last stitch, pull up a loop, and pull through all 3 stitches. And there we have it. Now we've made a row of half double crochet. We made single crochet and half double crochet. And we're going to continue to build on this in the workshops to come. I like the half double crochet. Now we want to make sure and count our stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're good to go. That's how many we needed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next workshop.